we heard of the option of JRX, first off, it was pretty much like a no-brainer for all of us. I think he's an idol for, I would say, almost any Dota player, even if you don't play position 4. And for me, obviously, he's one of the only players that I would consider like my superior, that is clearly like has the edge on me. So I always looked up to him. I always tried to learn from him. It's nice to be able to learn from him side by side. Obviously, he's going to be playing a different role, but I have no doubt that he's going to be able to do that.
So that's the one thing I'm really excited about JerAx bringing in, especially with Nightfall. I think those two people specifically have a lot of kind of fresh air to bring to the team. Yeah, there are a lot of things that surprised me about JerAx when I spoke to him, because I always had this impression that he was this guy that lived in the chaos. It's just a complete surprise, because he is not all about what I thought he was. He's not about the chaos. He's more about like the structure, which I like the structure as well. Not much of a chaotic guy. It's one of the first conversations I had with him. It just seemed like like I said earlier, like a perfect fit.
I think everyone's just excited to play with him. He's probably considered as one of the best support players to ever play the game. He has a lot of good ideas, and a lot of the way he thinks about the game is very different than a lot of other people. I think he's a very special person in that sense. So yeah, I think and he's also a very fun person to hang around and be with. Everyone's just really excited to work with him and, just have fun with him.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to play for EG. Hopefully we will be doing great as a team. I'm maybe too optimistic about this going really well, and I'm scared to death that it's gonna be the opposite. I wouldn't be competing in Dota if I wouldn't set the expectation for the team to be one of the best. For myself, I don't see any other reason for me to approach playing this game.
For Nightfall, obviously, it was also quite a process because he's changing from a different role as well. But when we talked to him, he seemed like a perfect fit for us.
I think any player that's committed to a change, if they're a talented or highly skilled player, they can definitely do it. It all has to come in within. So I think that was the most important part about when we were discussing having him on our team, is that if he truly wants to play the role. After we spoke with him for a long time, it did seem like he is truly interested in playing the role. And I think if you have a person, like a highly skilled player like himself, that is really committed to do something, I think you can only have great things coming from that.
To those people that might be questioning it, we all believe in him. He's a great player with a lot of potential. More importantly, he's a hard worker, and I think he's the kind of player that no matter what obstacles in front of him, whether it be a role change, he can do it. There's not many players I think that work as hard as him.